Okay, step back. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, yes, Ukraine is at war. It's Russian war against Ukraine. But I will try, I will use this word only one time, despite. Despite the war, we are moving, we are developing, we are modernizing, we are building, and I can say that company in a relatively good shape, despite very difficult conditions. So we have agreed with the shareholders that we have three main priorities for the next few years. The first one is to save value. Save value means to protect our market share, to protect our assets, to protect our people. The second priority is to increase value. Increase value where the development of our core business, where the disciplined implementation of the inflationary pricing, through development of DO 4040 strategy. So we are running according to the group blueprint. And the third priority is to upstream this value to the shareholders. And I see at least few opportunities that will let us to do this. First of all, we see an easiness of the monetary policy in Ukraine step by step. Second, we are considering monetization of our tower business. And the third one, I will be really proud to be a general director who will lead this company to the first international IPO after the war. And what is also important, we are in war already 834 days. And despite this fact, we have delivered 7.7% growth in the local currency. Adjusted to the cyber attack, it is 11.6% growth during the last 3 years. And I think it is quite remarkable. Okay, so we are moving, we are developing digital customers. 3 years ago, in 2021, we promised that we will have 8 million digital customers, users of our ecosystem. In first quarter 2024, we reached 9 million customers who are using our digital services. So our market is a quite well-developed, and I can say decent telecom market with 3 players, okay? And you see our dynamics during the last 10 years. So we were able to grow our relative market share in subscribers and in revenue. During the last 3 years, our market shares in these both domains are stable. We have few core priorities. The first one is extra 4G spectrum auction that we will face during the autumn this year. We are facing a new integrated player who will come into the Ukrainian market quite soon, and the market is converted into the FMC market, convergent market. So all 3 mobile players will play a significant role, and from our perspective, it's an opportunity. Okay, and we are in phase of European regulation because most probably in 2025 or just after the war, Ukraine will be covered by roaming like home, imposed by the European countries. So quite fundamental changes, and we are performing according to our promises. There are challenges associated with the war, serious challenges, of course. The first one is occupied, deoccupied territories. At the beginning of 2022, 25% of the Ukrainian territories were occupied. 7% occupied. We recovered all these territories. They are fully functional right now. We are building, rebuilding sites across the front line on a regular basis. Of course, very big challenge is migration out. We have 2 million 3 months customer base who are active abroad, mainly using our roaming like service provided in 27 European countries. Of course, energy, especially thermal energy destroyment damage. We have 2,500 generators connected to our network. We fully upgraded our batteries, and right now we can actually survive during the 4 hours totally without electricity across the country. We have problem of mobilization. Our answer is protection of our employees from the mobilization. We have 50% quota fully realized of protection of our employees. We have strict monetary policy, and we are quite disciplined in keeping our assets in a hard currency. 75% of all our cash in is in a hard currency. And cyber attack, it's a separate, very, very big challenge. But probably you know we faced the biggest cyber terrorism in the world. We were able to recover our voice service in 30+ hours and our data service in 50+ hours. We did not lose even one customer because of this. We have introduced probably the biggest loyalty program in the world to retain and to thank our customers for their loyalty. At the same time, I do understand that somehow, because of the circumstances, Kyivstar valuation is to some extent partially or maybe even completely discontinued from the VEON valuation. And I think it is not fair because as our guest presented the perspectives, and this is also my opinion, we have quite a lot of fascinating opportunities that might be realized quite soon. The first one is EU integration. EU integrations means significant funds for integration, for recovery. This is a business, this is about development. Population return. I don't know how many people will return, but if 40 or 50% of current migrants out will return, this will be a significant impact on the Ukrainian consumer market, on Ukrainian business, and actually business activity. I think this all together will create enormous investment opportunities. And this is on the top of the fully digitalized society. Ukraine probably right now is the most digitalized country where we are as a Kyivstar, as a strong backbone, of course, and we are as a Kyivstar is the biggest service provider in the different domains. Kyivstar right now is a group of companies. There are 3 business units. Kyivstar, #1 in mobile, #1 in fixed. Despite the war, I am using this again, but despite the war, it's a number, and we are #5 top profitable business in the world, telco business in the world. We are top 5 investor in Ukraine, and we are the strongest consumer and employer brand in Ukraine right now. Healthy is the biggest e-health operation in Ukraine, and I will have some details later on. Ukrainian Tower Company was created in 2021, according to our promise. We are monetizing this value. We already reached 1.2 tenancy ratio, and our third-party revenue is growing more than 100% year on year. We actually created a market from scratch, from a barter market to a transparent, taxable market, that can be monetized. And this is confirmed by our financial results. So stable top-line growth, record high marginality around 60%, 38% free cash flow on the base of 46% return on capital employed that we actually reached last year. And of course, it's on the top of growing ARPU and relatively stable customer base. This is our current setup in the core business. Our growth is significantly fueled by new businesses. You see, telco is growing 10%. TowerCo business altogether is growing 33%, third-party revenue more than 100%. Healthy is growing 60% in the local currency. Big data is growing 70%. OTT TV is growing 30+%. Cloud, almost 50% growth. Cloud did not exist a few years ago. Right now, Kyivstar is the biggest partner of Microsoft in Ukraine for small and medium business. We are the fastest growing partner of Microsoft. We are selling our own cloud we are selling Microsoft Azure, and we just entered into a partnership agreement with Amazon because our vision that customer will not choose only one provider or one solution. Customer needs an integrated solution provided by a reliable partner. And this is the way how we are going to develop this business. We are number one in a fixed business, and I am sure that this is a land of opportunity. We still, as the number one, okay, we reach 4 million households. 25%, 1.1 million of these households are our clients. From this 1.1 million, 85% are our FMC clients. From this 1.1 million, 25% are triple play clients. So they're using mobile services from Kyivstar, they're using TV services, OTT TV services from Kyivstar. So I think that with this package, which is actually unique for the time being in Ukraine, and it will be unique for the next few years, we can ensure an organic double-digit growth. At the same time, taking into account the structure of the market, we are ready, we are preparing, and we are ready for market consolidation. So from my perspective, it is inevitable. So it will happen. This is our DO 1440 strategy, or Do 1440 strategy. And we, as a part of the group, we are developing. We have a few fundamental platforms like Kyivstar Super App, Healthy, Kyivstar TV, and the constellation of entertainment apps that lets us to drive this figure to the 9 billion customers who are using our digital services. B2B, quite essential part, just one figure. 40% of our large accounts are using extra services, extra from telco services from Kyivstar. Cloud, big data, integration services that are provided by Kyivstar on the top of the core telco services. And of course, this is a fuel for our multiply revenue and multiply users growth. So 15% multiply users growth is being translated into 35% multiply revenue growth. And this is about importance of the multiply customers. This is about their loyalty. This is about their readiness to spend together with Kyivstar. Healthy. Right now, Healthy is a bridge. It's a bridge between 28 million registered Ukrainian patients with 1,500 communal and private clinics. So this is a SaaS for the clinics provided by Kyivstar. What we want to achieve, we already integrated quite a lot of synergies in infrastructure, in EdTech, and in big data together. But our main goal on the top of this platform is to create an appealing value proposition that will combine healthy services together with the telco services. We want to create the most powerful value-added service for our Kyivstar customers in the health area. We want to create your health cloud advisor, provider, okay, that will be every day together with you. Kyivstar TV is one of the leading, market is not transparent, we can't be sure, but this is definitely fastest growing OTT TV platform in Ukraine with 1.5 million active customers. 80% are paid customers, okay? And majority of them are either FMC or mobile, so there are double play or triple play customers. And it is fully competitive national platform. Investments. We have last year in London, we have declared readiness to invest $600 million into the Ukrainian economy. This year, most probably, based on the 2023 results, during the next week in Berlin, it will be a Ukrainian Recovery Conference in Berlin next week, we will declare readiness to commit $1 billion investments into the Ukrainian infrastructure, mainly telco business, new frequencies, and business development. These are three opportunities that we want combined together in order to strengthen our core business, in order to develop new services, new digital services for our customers. And of course, within the current circumstances, social agenda is extremely important. Kyivstar is recognized as a #2 socially responsible brand in Ukraine. And this is among all categories, it's not among telco categories. So we are one of the strongest socially responsible brand in the country. And we are proud of this, and we are doing quite a lot. There are a few directions. Of course, support to our employees, support to our customers, support to Ukraine. Okay, we did at some point of time the biggest single donation to the United 24 platform in 2024. And it was something like first months of this platform establishment. So it was extremely important to give a kind of example to the Ukrainian and international community. Okay. We are running the most successful social campaigns, big national fundraising campaign. The last one was focused on humanitarian demining. We were able to collect 180 million hryvnia that were streamlined to the humanitarian demining of the Ukrainian deoccupied territories. And yes, we have our objectives. The first one is our employees and their families. The second one is a social one, LTE everywhere. We are moving from 95% population coverage to the 98%, to the full coverage of the national and international roads. We are considering this as a partially as our social obligations. You know, because Ukraine is quite mobile country right now. We have plenty of people migrating around the country, and it is our responsibility to provide people with the modern communications literally everywhere. In inclusivity, our main focus are veterans. So we want to be ready to integrate them, to regain them, and to support them and their families. And of course, we will run more new campaigns focused on the fundraising in order to support Ukraine. Of course, I am greedy to see Pakistan's aspirations about almost 20% growth. So our focus is to grow business 10-13% during the next 3 years. We want to achieve a new business growth more than 50%. Okay, we want to have 10% of the new business in our total operating revenue. Right now it's 5%, so we want to double this figure during the next 2 years. And of course, we want to translate all this growth into a healthy growth of the free cash flow for the shareholders. And thank you very much for your attention.
Sasha, we are so proud of you and the team. Thank you very much.
Thank you.